even took the damn baby.
Did the baby not get royalties?
No, there's clearly a lawsuit. Damn, they even took
Hey,
the...
but see,
God
here's my
dang it.
stance on that, though. Here's my stance on that. If the parents got compensated,
Then the child should be okay.
Yeah, then, you know.
Bro, all right, okay, screw the compensation. They, not only are they taking riffs, not only are they taking drums, not only are they taking vocals, they taking babies too. God dang.
Nirvana had a criminal enterprise going on.
Dude, they were just taking from every. They were Debo of the grunge. It's my bike now, Paul. My bike now.
They just going around over there like, there's Nirvana over there. Hide your riffs.
Hey, I'm gonna tuck mine in.
I'm gonna tuck my riff in. Hold on, they ain't gonna see it.
Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, Smokey, what you seen, and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think, and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we here on Trash Talk. Hey.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers podcast.
We made it.
We made it, Smoke.
Yeah, we did.
What it is, what it ain't, what it do, what it look like, what it smell like, what it tastes like, what it is, what it ain't.
All of that.
All of it.
Yeah. What you been doing this week?
Actually, this past weekend, I hung out with some friends. We went to the Beltline in Atlanta, and dude, it was beautiful weather this weekend.
It was.
It was beautiful.
Man, it was really
weather.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Once that rain moved out on Friday, it was great.
Dude, it was windy as crap, but it was good to go out to the city and walk around, hear the street performers, eat some street food, and look at the graffiti, and, just see all the people, and just get that Atlanta experience that you need every once in a while.
Yeah. Did you yell at anybody like, y'all need to go back home?
What you mean?
Atlanta is overcrowded these days.
Dude, I saw a dude wearing a Patriots hat. I'm like, that dude's definitely not from here.
No,
definitely
not from Atlanta.
You're definitely not.
Go
from
back to Boston, bro.
He was jogging. You know how they got no shirts on, no how they're, and he probably didn't hear me, but he's when I'm like, go back to Boston. But no, that's what it was, man. It was chill. We got some Mexican street corn. I love Mexican street corn.
Good.
Good. I love it, dude. Watch the fights and just chill. What about you? Did you do anything interesting?
Nah, I put my speakers in my car. So that was the only productive thing I did.
Smoking. Look, we getting to the we're getting older now, so we don't listen to our music as loud as we do. So now,
exactly.
Smokey's just driving down the road with like Joe Rogan podcast turned up, and one day we're gonna have it. Like normally it'd be,
yeah,
but now it's like the government is gonna come over.
He just cranked all the way up to the max.
To the max. You gonna get them speakers in, man.
We were talking about that earlier about people that go overboard with the subwoofers. Like, it's cool to have a little bumper in your car, but when you hear nothing but like, what good is the music at that point?
I mean, I get it. It's a niche thing.
It's an obsession, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a thing where people like, oh, well, mine's is better than, like, you with your RC cars. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. But you got your window moving like that because of the sound.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, if you're just like,
hey, got your wife's hair just dancing.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I get it if you're in a competition, like, oh, mine has more hertz or decibels than yours do. But it's like, hey, bro, look, I ran out of gas. You mind giving me a ride to work? Yeah, I'll be right there. You pull up, and he's like, hey man, you want to hear some 3 6 Mafia? You got some of that old? You want to play that? I bet you won't hit it.
Put that in, yeah.
Put it in.
Yeah. Right?
I bet you won't. What the hell are they saying? I want to hear the music, and you're in there like this. Look, you're in there like, bro, I just want to hear the song. God dang.
I know, like it's not practical.
All you're hearing is. I get it if that's your thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not good for just hearing the music.
No, and I feel like I need to wear ear protection.
I said, it's always like DJ Rusty Balls.
He needs to have a sign on his door, PPE required to enter. Like, he need to have a hard hat on and some steel toe boots.
I said, beating down your block. I said, riding through the parts of town where they don't even pack heat, but you better wear a vest if you get stuck with the back seat.
For real, because that's going to beat the crap out of your chest.
Yeah, exactly.
No, man, listen, it's been a minute since we've done a podcast. We've had things, going on in personal lives. We've done lives. We've done funny outtakes, stuff like that. But it's good to come back to have a podcast. But
yeah, absolutely.
We started out with reading the top 3 comments, and we ended out with What the Florida. Again, it's WTF, but it's not it's what the
Florida.
Yes, and what that is you just leave your day and your year of the year of your birthday, your
no
day.
Year.
I'm sorry.
You say that every time.
Come on, help me out.
It's the month and the day.
The month and the day of your birthday, and we will read the craziest story that happened on the month and the day of your birthday that comes from Florida.
Yeah,
we do that later on in the podcast, but we read the top 3 comments from last podcast, and the last podcast was, is it okay to punch and kick in a mosh pit? So the number 3 most liked comment comes from Ian Ani. Apparently at 29 minutes and 57 seconds into that podcast, Ian Ani says, y'all do realize that the major rule of a pit is if someone falls, pick them up. You don't need to tell us, LOL. And by the way, if someone hits a woman or is being obnoxious, they will get knocked up out and they will carry their ass to the door, LOL. Also, if a guy tries getting handsy with a woman or tries to pull off clothes, that dude will get jumped with the quickness.
Yeah, as it should be.
I agree. 100%. Shout out to you, Ian Ani. Thank you for your comment. The number 2 most liked comment from Is It Okay to Punch or Kick in a Mosh Pit comes from Dr. Jack Hodgins. Shout out to Dr. Jack Hodgins. His comment is, mosh pits are rough, but you should never deliberately set out to hurt others. I totally agree. And the number 1 most liked comment from Is It Okay to Punch and Kick in a Mosh Pit, our last podcast, comes from Kat Murr. Shout out to you, Kat Murr. And it says, the metal community has always looked out for each other, including the bands. We are nicer than people realize.
I think that's true from what I've seen.
From my experiences going to mosh pits, 100% I agree.
Yeah, it's not as friendly in the hip-hop mosh pits.
If you fall in a hip-hop mosh pit, you
might catch some boots.
You're going to the hospital. Broken jaw, tooth.
Especially if you've been bouncing around making everybody mad
all day, and you don't have on like a loud color shirt. Like if you got on a lime green shirt, they watching you all day.
Oh yeah, and see the hip hop mosh pits are a little different too because it's not running in a circle. It's not doing the windmill thing.
No, it's
more of just you just pushing people off.
Little elbow, damn. You might get throw some bows. You might get a bow. Yeah. But when you get overly aggressive, then people really gonna be like, it's the 3rd time you done hit me, man. Chill. I don't know.
Yep, it happens.
Yeah, man. What?
I don't know, man. I've been going down this deep dive. I call it a deep dive. I don't really know how deep it is, but we've all seen that clip of Dave Grohl talking to Pharrell, right? About how he took the beats for Nevermind. From the Gap Band and old school funk and disco.
Yeah, like Cameo and Casey and the Sons. I did see that clip.
Yeah.
Where you going here?
Yeah. Well, apparently a lot of Nirvana's music was not quite original. It's an interesting thought because, these guys became the biggest in the grunge scene of that era, right?
At the time.
They were the face of grunge. As much as a lot of the hardcore fans don't really want to admit it, Nirvana was the face of grunge. That's what America saw as grunge. If you asked any common person on the street, the casuals of music listening audience, you say, who's the biggest grunge band? They're going to say Nirvana, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out a lot of their music was not original.
Okay.
And the question is that okay?
That's the question I was about to ask you. I was going to say, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
In hip-hop, I would say 90% of hip-hop is samples.
Oh, yeah, definitely samples. Yeah. But you think about hip-hop, though. It might be samples on the music, but if you steal one line from another rapper, then that's cause for beef right there.
Well, see, okay, now you're talking lyrics, but now with Nirvana, you're talking like riffs.
Yeah, the music itself. Yeah.
So it's okay to do it in hip hop, but it's not okay to do it.
Apparently not. A lot of people have problems with it. That's what I'm saying. The dynamic is weird, right? Because in hip hop, you can take all the samples from any artist you want.
You don't have to even.
But if you steal one lyric from someone else, it's like comedy. You know, if you steal one joke from a comedian, it's on at that point. Like the whole world is going to turn against you. Like plagiarist, you know, we hate you now. You can't even. You're not original. You can't write your own.
So you're saying that there are some people out there. There are some trash talkers that say, "Hey, Nirvana is not original because they took riffs." So, all right, but would you agree with me that? Would you say some people will say, "Hey, that producer isn't original because he sampled in hip hop"? That's not really a thing.
Well, I bet there are some people. The hip hop haters probably say that.
Dude, DJ Paul invented the 808.
Yeah, you brought that up many times.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll say 100% of the beats these days are made from the 808 kit.
Yeah,
but no one's like, oh.
But that's how hip hop started, was from sampling. You would just get whatever rock record or funk record and just loop out a section of it and rap over it. Yeah. But that was how the art form started.
But now with Nirvana, so.
But see, like I said, Nirvana was so big at one point in time that a lot of the hardcore fan base turned on them. And they used that as an excuse. Like, well, they didn't even come up with their own stuff. Now, I'm sure Nirvana's catalog is pretty big in general. Like, yeah, they have 3 major albums, and then they have a 4th album. I'm sure they have unreleased stuff. So I'm sure there's a lot of original stuff in their catalog.
Like, I remember you saying at one point I remember you saying that a lot of Nirvana's fans started to not really F with Nirvana because they got big.
Too big.
Yeah. So now you're saying, well, hey, there's also some Nirvana fans that are like, look, not only did they get too big, but they weren't original.
Yeah. And their music was a little more simplistic. Like, you put it next to a Soundgarden or Alice in Chains, you're like, okay, this music is more complex. It's better lyrical work, Chris Cornell, Lane Staley, these guys were real vocalists, whereas Nirvana, Kurt Cobain was great in his own way, but he didn't have the vocal capabilities of Cornell or Staley.
I mean, I'm a ride with you. You're gonna get some flack on that.
Because there's a lot of hardcore, and I love Nirvana.
Yeah.
Hell, we cover them all the time. They're great.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you what the hardcore audience says. But I did find this list, and someone took the time to write out everything that Nirvana had borrowed in their career.
That's before you do it though. It's so weird to me. Like it's okay to do it in hip hop.
Yeah,
but it's not okay to do it if your name's Nirvana.
Obviously not.
That's what's bothering my head. It's like you could be Drake has taken bars from everyone. Drake has taken samples from everyone. Biggest rapper on earth.
Yeah.
Nirvana, at the time.
Yeah.
Biggest band on earth.
Yeah.
But they just so happened to take a few riffs. Now you're hated. Like why
there's something that comes along with being the biggest. We covered Limp Bizkit recently, and I had talked about how they were the most hated band at one point in time.
Oh well, people love them now.
Yeah, well, it's like the tides always turn eventually.
The
pendulum swings in the other direction.
See, I know you so damn well. I knew you was gonna say that.
The pendulum always swings back. It always happens. But during that time, though, they're like, okay, there's real singers, even in nu metal. Like, there's real legitimate lyricists, and you got Fred Durst, who was just a rapper trying to be. This is them, not me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this. This is what the general zeitgeist was saying, right? And he's just a rapper trying to be a singer.
Right.
These are just hip hop kids. You got one legitimate artist in the band who is one of the greatest guitarists ever, but he doesn't even want to be there after a while.
See, I mean,
because this is kind of turned into a bubblegum thing over here.
But what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
I mean, if that again,
if that's that's what you do, then that's what you do.
Well, not even on the band's part. And I'm excited to see what you found when you said you got some riffs that Nirvana stole. But but what's wrong with? I think I'm the type of person you like what you like. I love oysters. You ain't effing with it. You ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Like you love RC cars. I'm not going out with you on a Saturday to race our. Actually, I might do it once with you every now and then. But
Everybody's like, oh man, I don't know, I would like to drive one.
yeah, I mean, it's something that's just fun. But
Yeah.
everybody has their thing. So if someone likes a bubblegum, like we say it all the time here, music is subjective.
Yeah, I mean, people say that about Ghost, right?
Well, man, I had a Ghost shirt on yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because if it's your prerogative, it's your preference.
It's my prerogative.
Okay, now I want to hear how is it really a lot that Nirvana has stolen?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Are we talking like 5?
Well, see, here's the thing. That clip had came up one time, like shorts on YouTube or whatever. Followed by it, I saw this other video that was Billy Corgan talking about the first time he had heard the album.
Shout out Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah. So he goes in, he's like, hold on, I know that riff. And I'm going to get to that later. I'm not going to tell you exactly what he said. I know a lot of trash talkers probably already know this. Okay. But he realized right away that it wasn't an original riff.
I do want to be honest here. I know not the short that you're talking about, where Dave Grohl was in there with real, and he was talking about. I do know that.
Yeah, definitely. So, someone had went through on, and I guess I'll give him a shout out. Enigma TR. This is it's from 9 years ago on Reddit, but the title of this article is "The Songs That Nirvana Ripped Off / Influenced." So I don't know if this actually covers some that was they influenced.
I mean, because
also.
think about that. Every song me and you have made, someone influenced us to make it, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. Even as much as people are like, "Oh, that's a biter in hip hop," I still like some of the. It's called a homage.
Yes.
When you pay homage to some of the greatest, and you blatantly do it, saying, "Hey, I'm going to use this Tupac line." You know it's a Tupac line. We all know it's a Tupac line. It's an homage.
Yes.
And it sounds really good right here.
And I just got to shout out Zero, one of my favorite rappers. To me, one of the best lyricists in Texas. Mm-hmm. But he has a song called "Blast Myself." I wake up in the morning and I ask myself, "Is life worth living? Should I blast myself?"
Yeah.
And Tupac started that, but he did it to show homage to Tupac.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a way of showing your fandom to other rappers. Yes. I know a lot of artists are like, "No, I'm not a fan of anybody," but we're all fans.
Yes, and I need to hear these damn I want to hear the rip off. Who they rip off?
It's probably supposed to be influenced by, but it just says rip off / influenced. But I'm going to go through these and stop me when you know some of these because we haven't covered them all. But Polly wants a cracker.
We have done that.
I think I should get off. Yeah, we have. It was actually, the riff was taken from the Four Skins on the Street. A lot of these are underground, maybe early grunge and punk bands.
Real quick, Four Skins or Foreskin?
The number 4 Skins.
But I'm sure it was
And it was probably easier to do it that way back in those days. Like, this is a really underground band. We're up here in the mainstream. This is a really underground band. Nobody's going to know that it took it. But the internet age comes along, and everybody's finding stuff that they never would have seen before. And they're like, "Oh, I know that riff."
Wait, that's a Nirvana song? The Four?
No, Polly. No. The artist that they took the riff from was the Four Skins.
Okay.
And the song was On the Streets.
I was about to say, damn, Nirvana's got kind of a utero, moist. I mean,
they do have some song titles that are questionable.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Been a Son, I don't think we've covered that one, but the riff comes from Zebra, Don't Walk Away.
Does it say what song that?
Yeah, Don't Walk Away.
Don't Walk Away was the song by Nirvana. Okay.
Oh, the song is Been a Son by Nirvana.
Oh, okay. So the first.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The first one is the song. Yes. Milk It. That's a song by Nirvana. It comes, and it doesn't say which part of the song was taken, but the Melvins' "It Showed," or "It Shoved." I know Melvins was another one of those really early grunge bands. I believe in Seattle.
Dude.
Yeah. This is long. Milk It. Oh, I'm sorry, I already did Milk It. Breed by Nirvana. The riff and another riff comes from Link Ray, Run Chicken Run, and Wipers, Potential S Word. I can't say it on YouTube.
God dang.
Senseless Apprentice, that's the Nirvana song. The riff comes from The Cult in the Clouds and Jimi Hendrix drums, Little Miss Lover, and Led Zeppelin drums, When the Levee Breaks. We did cover that one. Mr. Mustache, that's a song I've never heard of, but apparently the riff comes from Paul Revere and the Raiders, a song called Hungry. Endless Nameless, that's the song. The riffs come from Butthole Surfers, USSA, and Jimi Hendrix, I Don't Live Today. That's the drums coming from that. Do you want to skip to some that we do know? All Apologies.
Yes, let's do that.
All right.
Because
you know All Apologies.
Dude, this is crazy to me. Go ahead. I'm going to let you finish.
You know All Apologies?
Yes, I do.
All Apologies. All right, that comes from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
What part? Is it the riff, the drums?
Actually, it says the vocals came from The Waiting by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
The vocals?
Yeah.
So maybe, I mean...
I'd have to cover it. We'd have to cover that song. That's
Yeah.
definitely something we could touch on. About a Girl, I believe we have covered. That comes from the Smithereens, Blood and Roses riff.
So they took the riff from that song.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Aneurysm, I don't think we've covered, but I've heard the song. And that comes from Fang, The Invitation, or An Invitation.
Okay. They stole the riff from that one?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Are Nirvana thieves?
Here's the big one. Or no, this is not the big one. The big one's going to be Smells Like Teen Spirit, right? But this is the second biggest one. Come as you are, as you were.
Okay.
As I was.
They stole that?
They stole that riff almost exactly because I have played these two songs side by side. Yeah.
Yes.
There was a band called Killing Joke who had a song called 80s. And if you play that, you're going to like, wow, that is the exact, there is no altering. That's the exact same riff.
Wow, is it like sped up or slowed there a little bit?
Nirvana slowed it down, yes.
Okay.
The original was played faster.
Okay, I got some things here. But
All right.
Are you about to hit me with the big one?
Yes,
Okay.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. We know that the drums were taken from the Gap Band.
Well, we heard Dave say that.
Yes. Guess what? The riff is stolen also.
Wait a minute. So Dave admitted to sampling or taking the drum. Well, hell, he didn't sample. He did the drums himself.
Yeah, and he says it. You know, he was like, those were not original drum patterns.
But he actually, but the
riff was stolen also.
Who'd they steal the riff from?
Boston. More than a feeling.
Wait a minute.
I played them side by side.
Hold on.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's the same riff.
Wait a minute.
That
Damn.
dun 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 dun.
Holy,
that
more
comes,
than a feeling.
Yes.
Oh my
that
God.
Comes right out of More Than a Feeling.
How many trash talkers know about this?
I want to say a lot of them probably do, but there may be some out
God.
there. You guys,
I'm excited to read the
there's
comments.
any of you that didn't know this, please let us know.
Oh, I'm excited to read the comments because they're probably like, y'all late to the party.
Dude.
Y'all late.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I mean, this has probably been debated.
Yeah, I mean,
like
we're
I
new,
said, this
and we'll admit that we're late. We're new to this.
This article was 9 years ago. So
dude, and
people have been onto it.
I'm looking at Smokey's, I mean, just to go off a few, I mean, there's so much on here. Like the song Mrs. Buttersworth, well, they took that from Devo. Too much paranoias. They took the riff from that. Big Long Now. They took the riff from the Psychedelic Furs, Sister Europe. All Apologies. You already said that one.
Yeah.
Scoff. They took that from a band, the drums from a band called The Knack. My Sharona. My
Sharona.
Yeah, you know, dude.
Yes, we covered that. My Sharona. Dude, it's a long list, man.
Okay.
So, knowing that, how do you feel about Nirvana? Because the way I saw it is someone had actually posted that almost the entire Nevermind album was ripped off.
Well,
from somewhere
Dave
else.
said that. Dave said.
Well, he said the beats were.
Well, he said majority of the drums from Nevermind were all taken from because he wanted to be
disco.
in that type of disco-esque group. But now after God dang, the More Than a Feeling one got
knowing
me.
that so much more than just the drums were taken from other places.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. as a rapper, it makes me feel like, again, in the hip hop community, oh, you don't bite somebody's raps. I get that, but in the rock metal,
are riffs to them like lyrics are to us?
Is it though? That's the Trash Talkers answer that. Are riffs? Is stealing riffs in the rock metal category the same as stealing lyrics and bars in the hip hop category? I really want to know that.
Or jokes in the comedy world.
Because there's two sides of me here. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm biracial. I'm half black. I'm half white. So I'm gonna speak on the black side is gonna speak first. The black side is like, all right, I ain't cool with that. Be original. Yeah. You know, make your own stuff. You know, that's cool. Like, I get it being inspired by somebody, but take that inspiration, but turn it into something else. So it's like, God dang it, Nirvana. We F with Nirvana, or I'm speaking for myself. I F with Nirvana, but you just read freaking Smells Like Teen, like, and I'm like, dude,
lot of songs.
I'm thinking these are legitimate Dave Grohl, Kurt Cobain songs, Nirvana songs that they created, but now this is the black side talking. They
just pieced them together from other places.
This is the black side, and I'm like, God dang, y'all just stole.
Yeah.
But now the white, now Behringer comes out. So that was Hollywood. Now Behringer comes out. I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, it's good music. It's good music. So it's like I'm indecisive.
Speaking as an artist, you know, I get mad when the new internet culture these days are so uptight about plagiarism. Because really nothing is new. What if I took a poem from, or, you know, a writing of Shakespeare and made a song out of that? Is that plagiarism?
You've done that with Edgar Allan Poe before.
I've done it.
I've done it with Sting's entrance from WCW.
Yeah. Is that plagiarism?
Is it plagiarism?
Or is it taking an old work and creating something new out of it?
Dude, Drake is the king of that. I mean, Drake has taken... Dude, I'm going to show you a documentary. Trash Talkers, y'all should watch this. It's not even a documentary. It's a YouTube video. But literally, Drake has stolen so many lyrics and bars and so many beats. It's crazy. But, damn it, I forgot what I was about to ask you. Okay, let me ask you this. How do you think, first of all, do you think Nirvana had to clear those, or did they alter them so much to where it didn't sound like it? Do you think they had to clear those?
Dude, that Killing Joke song... the riff is verbatim.
Well, so is the Boston more than
that riff.
So verbatim.
That one single riff, that's verbatim. I don't know, man. Like, how much of us work do you have to copy before you need to ask permission?
Dude, I remember my stepdad told me I don't know if this is true or not, but he said it's usually anything over 4 seconds. If you take something of someone else's work 4 seconds, it's considered plagiarism. But now let me ask you this: is plagiarism? I used to think plagiarism was illegal. Is that
if it's copywritten, it is illegal. But I don't think it's criminally punishable. It's civilly punishable. Yeah, you can get sued for it.
Huh.
You can go through litigation for it.
I wonder if Nirvana's ever been to court for like the Boston's like, God dang it, that's our riff and we want it back.
3 6 Mafia went to court for
a lot. They settled for a lot of money. They settled. But
maybe if they were around, because like I said, a lot of these were underground artists that weren't necessarily in the mainstream, so people of the time didn't really know. So
let me ask you this then: what if a rock band, let's say the Arctic Monkeys, Arctic Monkeys, you know, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. What if they said that you never met them, they never met you, and they made a song called "Take a Journey Through the Mind of a Lyricist"? They took your bars. Yeah. You okay with that?
No, not without consulting me. Like, if you, like, it's one thing, like, if you're a big artist and you make a ton of money, if another artist on my level does it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of flattering that they wanted to be like me.
But now,
But if a big artist goes and makes a ton of money and I'm getting nothing.
I get it.
Then I'm like, well, I'm entitled to that money, right?
You're entitled to your compensation. However, earlier you had said they're showing homage. Yeah. What if they're like, look, man, we know we F with this dude named Smokey. We don't know what this dude doing no more, but we want to show him the love. This was one of the hardest things he ever wrote, so we gonna show him. We don't know where he's
flattered, at. For sure.
You'd be what?
I'd be flattered.
Yeah. So, but you still gonna take him to court?
Well, I would hope we could settle without court. I'll be like, you know, like you guys. copied me verbatim, I would like some of that money. Like, I don't even care because I wouldn't have made the money off of it without them, so I don't want all of it.
No.
Just cut me in on it.
But
and I would be perfectly happy. Like, give me a check, and I will know that my work was great enough to reach millions of people.
Let's say they're performing at the Super Bowl, and let's say like Nirvana. Let's say they're performing at the Super Bowl, and they say, "Hey man, we got this new song. Take it to," and they have no clue about Rappers React, or the Trash Talks. They have no clue about this, and you're like, "That's mine." So and you, if they said, "Look," and you contacted them, and they said, "Hey." You're like, look, I just want to check because I wrote that. I appreciate y'all. They was like, man, we're a big fan. We got all the old SHIs. We got all of it, man. We're big fans. So glad to meet you. And you're like, just cut me in a little bit. Yeah. And they're like, nah, we just want to use that.
Come on. If you made money off of my work, why can't you cut me?
But if they say, nah, we're not going to do that because you're not on our level, then what do you do?
And then I'm going to find a lawyer. Like I appreciate you doing it and getting my work out to so many people.
But we're such a big fan of you, though.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, if my work is capable of making tons of money,
I agree.
I should be entitled to some of that money.
But do you not? But you did say you feel flattered that they even did.
Oh, absolutely.
But you need to get paid for the work that you do. You get you get paid for what you do.
So now, having gone through that. How many of those artists back in the day, the underground artists that they borrowed from
Nirvana,
that were sitting there listening to the album and go, that's my work. That's my work that is selling platinum right there.
That's a question we're going to have to ask to the Trash Talkers because it's like I don't know why I'll keep wanting to, going to, you said The Killing Joke, I think is the name.
Yeah.
The Killing Joke or Boston. Big bands, right?
Yeah.
Did they take Nirvana to court, or did they say, you know what, man, well, we good, we set, we good over here. We're just glad that y'all are showing our music out again. I'm just curious how many lawsuits, dude. Oh my God, what if Kurt? Listen, I'm not gonna make this joke, but what if Kurt said, "Look, these are too many lawsuits, and I need to get the hell out of here." And now Dave Grohl's here, and he's like, "God dang it, I'm up to lawsuits to my neck right now." You get where I'm going?
Yeah. I did a quick Google search of, okay, that is not what I was looking for. I just wanted to say, did any artist sue Nirvana? And it brought up this one that we're not going to talk about. But
see,
a lawsuit over Nirvana's Nevermind. Oh, that's the Baby.
See, all you're going to find is the Baby.
Yeah.
Dang, what? David took the damn baby. David took the damn baby.
Did the baby not get royalties?
No, there's clearly a lawsuit. Damn, David took the...
But see, here's my stance on that, though. Here's my stance on that. If the parents got compensated...
Then the child should be okay.
Yeah, then,
Bro, all right, okay, screw the compensation. They, not only are they taking riffs, not only are they taking drums, not only are they taking vocals... They taking babies too. God dang.
Nirvana had a criminal enterprise going on.
Dude, they were just taking from every. They were Debo of the grunge. It's my bike now, Paul. My bike now.
They just going around over there like, there's Nirvana over there. Hide your riffs.
Hey, I'm gonna tuck mine in.
I'm gonna tuck my riff in. Hold on, they ain't gonna see it.
What up, Smoke?
What up?
What up, Hollywood? What's up? What you got on my 40, homie? I ain't got nothing. Hey, Kurt Cobain. I ain't got nothing. All right, Kurt, I ain't got nothing, bro. Oh, you got something.
You've been writing new riffs. I know it.
Well, hey, man, give him back his chain. What chain? What hook? That's my riff now, punk. Dude, Kurt Cobain was the Devos of.
Heard y'all had some new riff. What's up?
What you got on my song, homie? That's my song, Paul.
What you say to me?
He gonna cry in the car. Dude, Friday was written about Nirvana. Debo was Nirvana.
Devo.
Nirvana's name. Yes, Nirvana was Debo, man.
It's funny that he actually stole from Devo.
Oh Lord.
Oh God,
that's crazy.
All right, well, for anybody who's upset right now, we still love Nirvana.
Oh, absolutely.
They're one of the greatest ever. And for those who are upset at us saying that, I'm sorry. They were one of the greatest bands ever, regardless if they didn't have the skill of Soundgarden or or Alice in Chains.
I mean, a lot of people do say Nirvana's overrated.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
God dang, maybe. Wow, y'all still.
It's crazy.
That's my song now, bump. What song? God, man.
I don't want to give you this, Kurt. Dave, get him.
Dave
gotta handle it.
You know Dave with his jiu-jitsu. He comes in. Oh, man. That was a fun one.
Give me that real. Give me that real. Alright, you can have it. This song didn't sell anyway.
Dude, what if they were really bullies? Like, what if they actually went down into them and just like, we're taking this and there's
They
nothing
just walk up
it.
in the studio like back in the day of the beef days, like Ice Cube and Cypress Hill and all them. They just walk in the studio like, everybody get naked. All right, give me those riffs.
It just hands over a guitar. I mean, I can't give you.
I need your sheet music, fool.
Okay. Well, goddamn, here you go. I mean,
Give me that.
I freestyled it, so it's just on the computer.
Give me
I'm
your
taking the
recordings.
computer then.
Just walk out.
I'm taking the whole computer. And then dude, Nirvana's whole studio has got Devo's computer, got the Killing Jokes sampling machine. I mean, they got all of
Boston's reel-to-reel
it's
sitting over here.
everything's just from a different band, and then Kurt comes in with just. Man, that's good.
And Boston's like, Kurt, that's a really popular song.
That's my song now, punk.
But they're gonna know.
What song?
All right, Kurt. Whatever you say.
Man, that was a good one. Smokey, let's get into some WTF,
Let's do
man.
it.
Again, guys, please leave your month and the day you were born down in the comment section for next podcast, and we will read what the craziest story that happened on your birthday in Florida. And it's not called WTF, which means what the... It means...
What the Florida?
Absolutely. The first one we have comes from Laura Buer, 4714. August 1981. And Laura says, Florida the hell out of me.
What's the date?
See,
that comes from you saying the year over and over again.
Just do Florida.
We're going to give you August 17th.
No, just do 08 1981 Florida man. Let's just see what happens. 08 1981 Florida man. There has to be something. It's Florida. It's got to be something.
All right, the first one that pops up is...
See? I told you.
Florida man hit dad in the face with pizza after learning he was... Okay, we've covered that one before. Helped to deliver him, police say. Let's go to another one. Here we go. Florida man calls 911 80 times to demand Kool-Aid, hamburgers, and weed.
The police?
Yes.
Bro, you too high. I can't smoke with you, though.
Yeah.
I can't smoke with you. We trying to avoid them.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, though, bruh.
If you're calling 911 80 consecutive times, you better have a damn good reason. Snakes biting your eyeballs, bikers armed with medieval weapons circling your house, multiple missing limbs. A 34-year-old man in Tampa did not have a damn good reason for calling 911.
I concur. This dude had, if you was that stoned and had the munchies that bad and wanted Kool-Aid,
yes,
hamburgers,
yes,
and it's an emergency?
Yes, he wanted Kool-Aid, hamburgers, and weed. And he wanted the police to bring it to him.
Bro, if it was an emergency, then god dang it, it's an emergency, right?
It's an emergency. I got cotton mouth.
Yes.
I'm hungry.
I need some sort of sustenance in my body.
I need some more weed while you're at it. I mean, you're going to be down there
anyway,
getting my stuff. Just bring that also.
Yeah.
Pinellas County Sheriff's deputies finally showed up at his house. He was honest about his demands. The defendant admitted to calling 911 because he wanted Kool-Aid, burgers, and weed to be delivered to him, a sheriff's deputy report wrote. Instead of delicious snacks, the officers gave him a pair of handcuffs and took him to jail on misusing the 911
Yeah, see, that
system.
I knew that was coming. That is a charge.
Yes.
And, okay, I wouldn't smoke with this dude, but I kind of F with this dude a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wanted that Kool-Aid. He needed it. In his eyes, it was an emergency.
Yeah.
So he's always been taught, son, if there's an emergency, like those commercials, if there's an emergency, what 3 numbers do you need to dial?
911.
So that Kool-Aid, that hamburger, and that tree
Was an emergency.
He needed. So I effed him on that part. So Laura Buer 4714. That's what the for you, or what the Florida for you. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our next birthday, we've got Sean Michael Scott. Says, I just had a birthday last week. This was last month. So happy belated birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be February 22nd. What the Florida, February 22nd. Shout out to you, Sean Michael Scott.
All right, let's see this. Florida man throws toilet through school board building window in Illinois. Wow, he went a long way to do this.
Damn, he took that whole. He took the toilet from Florida, put it in the truck, singing this shit.
That's not all. He was also
more?
arrested while sitting on a toilet.
Hey, he's on the toilet and just. The window.
He went through the window with the toilet.
Yeah, dude, that's a jackass stunt.
Yeah,
he was sitting on the toilet. He had like some firecrackers.
A Florida man was arrested in Illinois on February 15th after he allegedly threw a old toilet at a Board of Education building in East St. Louis. Wow, East St. Louis, Illinois.
Illinois? What's throwing you off here?
Because St. Louis.
And
Is there a St. Louis, Illinois?
It might be. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah,
it says he was arrested in Illinois. So, or did he drive to Missouri, throw the toilet, and went over?
Yeah, that's. Bruh.
That is a long trip to get this accomplished.
That's a dedicated criminal. I mean,
he's accused of carrying an old toilet to the government building and throwing it through the front glass of the building in East St. Louis.
I mean, hell.
Officers who responded to the scene were told that Tolliver ran away after throwing the toilet. I just said his name.
I mean, bro,
he was discovered on the corner of 11th and Cleveland, sitting on another old toilet when he was arrested 2 days later.
I just want to know why, bro. Why?
That man likes toilets.
Bro, you drove all the way from Florida
to St. Louis.
To St. Louis, then to Illinois, just to throw it. You know what? Sean Michael Scott, that's your what the Florida, my friend.
Yeah.
That's your what the Florida. All right, our next and final one comes from Ghost Keeper. Shout out Ghost Keeper.
Yeah.
And Ghost Keeper's what the Florida is October 21st. I can give you the year if you would like that as well.
It's not really necessary.
Okay. October 21st. What the Florida?
Yo, do you want to type in the year just to see what happens?
Hell, let's do it.
All right.
So Ghost Keeper, October 21st, 1969. Florida.
All right.
Man. What the Florida?
What a great year. 69 dudes. All right, it does give a different.
Bro, you can
set
type
of stories.
any day. You could type in 2029.
And
That
I'm
ain't even
wondering-
happened yet, and it's a Florida story. I promise you.
I'm wondering if typing in the year gives you the age of the person rather than.
Okay.
But this is a different set of stories that comes up when I type in the year on top of it.
Let's see.
Naked shenanigans? ? See what Florida man did on your birthday. Oh, okay. That's just the title of the entire thing. Hold on. Let me go to a different story because this has way too much preface.
So many What is it in the water down there?
Dang, these are all.
Just try
Actually, I
the
may have
birthday,
to
then.
take it out.
Yeah, just try the.
Because this is just giving a whole list of Florida man stuff.
Just do October 21st.
Yeah.
So. Let's see what happens.
All right,
Here we go.
Florida man tries to rob Waffle House with a unique weapon.
What's the weapon of choice?
Florida man tried to rob a Waffle House with a unique weapon. His improvisation was unexpected and left customers wondering what just happened.
If this dude walks in there with a banana, I'm freaking losing it.
When he walked into Madison Waffle House with a small dog, the patrons had no idea what would transpire next. The Florida man turned his hands into finger guns and yelled, "Get on the ground, y'all."
Dude, he's got a poodle.
Getting robbed.
Get on the ground. She's got a bite. Dude,
y'all get on the ground. Y'all getting robbed.
Is it one finger or two fingers? Which
He
one?
had
Did
to
he
be
have the
holding
one
the
finger
dog
or the
with
two
the other
finger?
one.
Which one?
Oh, probably. Yeah,
He's probably
make
doing
it look
now.
bigger.
How's he
Use
holding the
two
dog?
fingers.
Is it like this?
Yeah, gotta be right.
Come on. Put it on the
it.
ground.
I will let this thing go. This thing right here.
And the dog's over there like, Just the nicest dog possible.
He then announced that he was intoxicated and grabbed a handful of napkins before making a hasty exit.
At least he got something, bro. Hey, you know,
He's like, I am not leaving here empty-handed.
Hey, look, no, he walked in the door and he thought everybody was gonna get on the ground. Everybody's just like,
bruh.
And he was like, I'm gonna take something. I'm
taking
something.
this.
Something. I'm taking
Try
something.
to stop me with these napkins. Try it. Just try it.
I'm taking that damn menu. I'm gonna memorize this menu.
The deputies were dispatched. He was eventually found at his home. He admitted to taking the napkins from the Waffle House. He now faces charges of assault and unarmed robbery.
Unarmed robbery?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a charge.
Is it robbery, though? You're just taking the
You
stuff
would
they were
just think
giving
it'd
away
be
free.
robbery.
The napkins are free. But you just robbed somebody for a
something.
free item.
Free samples. Give me these free.
Give me all of them. Give me free
Give me
samples.
free samples you got in this. Okay, here you go.
I was going to anyway.
You can have them. Got plenty more. You want some more? Hell,
Run off with your dirt tray.
I mean,
out of the Costco.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That was your What the Florida Ghost Keeper, man. Listen, this is a good podcast. Again, guys, Trash Talkers, please leave your birthday, just the month and the day down in the comment section so we can read the craziest stories that happen on your birthday. Again, it's not what the
Florida.
Yes, and this was an interesting. Guys, let us know. Was Nirvana thieves? Was Nirvana Debo? Or was Nirvana just creative?
Yeah.
Or
does it even matter?
does it?
Yeah.
Let us know down in the comment section. Smoke Dog, this was a good one. You got anything else?
Nah, that's it for this week.
That's it for this week, guys. Tune in with us next week. Again, thank y'all for hanging out with us on this episode of the Trash Talkers podcast. And with that being said, my name is Barry Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez.
And we are
over.
And
out.
Deuces.
Yeah, boy.
Good shit.